Good morning, Deb. Good morning, Ladora. Good morning, Connie. Hi, Bridget. Hi, Robin. Hi, Jessa. Laura. Good morning. Grand Rising. Hi, Bridget. Hi, Jessa. Good morning. Good morning, Lori. Hi, Kendall. Hi, Corey. I hope you're feeling better. Good morning, Jessica. Thank y'all for the heart me's. Hi, Fia. Good morning. Itchy. I'm good. Getting ready for this astrological event tomorrow. It's really interesting. I'm going to get a tattoo that day. I'm getting a tattoo tomorrow. I figure it will be imbued with the power of the day, which is real interesting. Lindsay! Hi, Peg. Oh, you know, it's like Saturn and Neptune are conjuncting at 0 degrees Aries. It's the new moon. It's the start of the eclipse season. There's a bunch of stuff. Yeah. Is it tomorrow? Or is it next week? Maybe next week. Yeah, I think it is next week. Not tomorrow. Not tomorrow. The tattoo. I'm getting Dorga. It's the 17th. Yeah, I've got my Tuesdays mixed up. Way mixed up. I woke up this morning and my whole FYP was Christmas. What the hell? My time is off. Way off. Way off. Christmas. Every time I was like, what is this? What is this? It's Christmas. Christmas videos. I'm like, what is happening? Then Thanksgiving showed up. Then New Year's. I'm like, wait a minute. What is this? So yeah, my time is way off. Like it threw me way. I was like, what is happening? What day is this? Tabitha, how are you? Like, what is happening? Right. Don't take me back into winter. It's 76 degrees here today. I'm going to stay with this. Bruce. Oh, I like that. New gifts coming in. Yeah, heck yeah. New gifts, new beginnings. And Thanksgiving, right? That's interesting. That's an interesting thought. I like the way you did that. 76, yes. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we're 76 today. I'm super excited about it. So I'll probably be doing some stuff outside today. I haven't been able to do anything outside. I haven't been able to walk. My walking meditations have ceased. You're excited that it's 15 there. I'm so sorry for you. Oh, 17. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that is crazy. I love this so much. So I've been pulling from this in our lives, and I've been doing it personally too. And I pulled this one personally Saturday, which I didn't do a live Saturday, but I pulled this one personally, and I created a little altar next to my big Hail Mary art piece, right? So I made a little altar and lit a candle and did some stuff, and I had this sitting on the altar on Saturday. And so this morning when I came and I picked up my deck and I said, oh, well, let me grab this card and put it back in the deck, and kind of giggled and thought, wouldn't it be interesting if that's the one that I drew? And I'm telling you, this is amazing. So wonderful. This is exciting. So I want to read it to you. But I drew it Saturday and it was on the altar. And so I just drew it again. I'm so excited about that. It's 26. I really, really love this deck. Okay. Our Lady of Blessings Bestowed. Jonathan, I am offering you a spiritual gift now. Isn't that funny? We just said new gifts coming in because we were talking about Christmas. Oh, wow. Anyway, I'm offering you a spiritual gift now, the gift of heavenly blessing. This blessing may come through a person, place, or thing, or spring forth from within your own heart, unfolding like a blooming rose. I ask that you trust me because in receiving this blessing, things will change. The changes are a shedding of that which would hold you back from fully receiving my blessing. It's really interesting, the timing of that, right? We're right here at the end, and the Chinese New Year starts on Tuesday as well, right? Like, it's the new moon, the eclipse season, Saturn and Neptune are doing their thing, and then it's also the beginning of the Chinese New Year, right? The fire horse, correct? So that's like happening on Tuesday as well, the 17th, not this. And it's also Fat Tuesday, which New Orleans, all the, it's real interesting. Okay. Mardi Gras, right? So that's a whole nother thing that's on there as well. All right. The changes are a shedding of that which would hold you back from fully receiving my blessing. My blessing asks you to have trust and courage as I help you leap into your divine fulfillment more swiftly than you could do on your own. So, hi, Molly. It's good to see you in here. I've missed you. Oh, my gosh. Where you been? There you are. Yeah. What's up? So, yeah. Interesting. Let's read this. I'm going to read a little further down in this. Thank you. I'm just real comfortable today. It's my day off, so I'm just real comfortable. A blessing sounds like a marvelous happening, and it is. However, we can forget that divine energy, which is concentrated like spiritual vitamins, will cause healing, and this may move circumstances and situations along, often at a rapid pace. Now, that has kind of been the prediction for all of the things that are happening in February. And all the astrological planets and the stars and everything that's going on energetically, right? So this is really interesting. And the fire horse coming in, this is really interesting. Wow. I'm going to keep reading. A blessing is like a divine volcanic eruption from within our heart. It can start with a rumble, but when the time is right, we are ignited and cannot be held back from an explosion of divine love that might change everything that is in the way of our next heavenly steps upon earth. What? Rest assured that a blessing from the Holy Mother is only given when we can handle it. Though you can also expect that there will be times as the blessing begins to work when you may wonder if you are really up to what you feel is being asked of you. You may doubt yourself at times, questioning if you can really handle what is happening in your life without falling apart completely. This is incredible. You will succeed. I'm going to say that again. You will succeed. Through the Holy Mother's grace, of course. But sometimes you might wonder if you aren't just cracking up inside to be broken apart, never to be repaired. This is a sign that we are really growing and especially outgrowing a past that is too small for our soul's future. What? Oh my gosh. How appropriate. It's got the shedding of the snake, the year of the snake, and the eruption of the fire horse, and all of the stuff in this one card that I drew on Saturday, y'all. I drew it on Saturday, and I put it on my altar on Saturday. I created an altar, actually. It was a little miniature altar. Wow. And then pulled it this morning right here in this live. I'm going to keep reading because this is, I'm just going to keep reading. With all this challenge, we might ask ourselves if we really want a blessing at all. However, a blessing is an absolutely priceless treasure. It clears karmic debris that would keep us stuck, perhaps for a long time or even lifetimes. Wow. A blessing not only rips off a Band-Aid, but is a zap of healing energy that may feel uncomfortable for a relatively short time, but is essentially just the workings of life force restoring a wound to wellness. Whoa. So we've talked a lot about how we, over the last, the last 6-8 months, or maybe even longer. I don't know. Time is weird. I woke up to Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's on my timeline this morning, but my FYP. But we talked about how the unresolved karma of the past wounds that have been unreconciled, that have not been dealt with, is what we're experiencing right now, because it's all laying on top of one another. And this is actually touching on that as well. Restoring the wound to wellness. Whoa. And we talked about how this is why we're here. This is incredible. As we heal spiritually, our wants and needs can change, sometimes quite dramatically. We might outgrow some relationships or life situations as this happens. Although given freely, the grace of the blessing is that it happens when the time is right and not a moment too soon or too late. The oracle is coming to you because the time is right for you, and this blessing is being offered to you now, whether you understand its ultimate purpose or not. We don't have to know what a blessing is happening for it to work its magic. Though, of course, it could be nice to know the divine is taking care of it. Suddenly, things go awry before they fall into place in a new way. Wow. That's pretty incredible. Wow. So I think I'm going to put that card back on the altar. Whoa. And that felt like a whole ass. Whoa. Good morning. That's amazing. So, and I don't know, I think a lot of us have really been feeling this blessing. And it's the tower. I mean, there's no other way to really, it's the tower. It's a tower moment. It is, key lock. Yeah, it's, yes, it's, so, I think with everything that's happening in February in the stars and the astrologies and all the things that are colliding at one time, this card is completely spot on. While it's a blessing, it is a beautiful, powerful, potent blessing. It may be a little bit messy, right? Right? And so I love that I woke up and my FYP was only giving me Christmas, Thanksgiving, and New Year videos. It was the strangest thing. And every once in a while, one would peek in that I think are actually contributing to the blessing and the gifts, right? The new year. That's really interesting. Yes, and so if we kind of approach this time of, I know it was really strange, Sophia. It was very strange. I was like, what in the world? And it was giving me repeating. It was so weird. It was like, what is this? And I was wondering, it was odd. So as we go through this and we approach this, just standing and remembering this message, right? This is really, somehow, this is a blessing, right? This is somehow a beautiful thing, even though it may seem like a volcano erupting. And so just kind of standing in that kind of foundational part there, like we need to just tap into that and like plug into that. Yeah. So good morning. How are y'all doing? That was amazing. That was amazing. So let's do a little Reiki, and we may go into a meditation and try to plug into that. And so Absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. In every way. 100%. All right. It's facing all of it, having the fire, allowing the gratitude to wash. Right. Right. And allow it to, you know, some of the things have got to fall. The whole system. I'm just going to be real honest here. The system's got to break. It's broken already. So, thank you, Brizo. Without volcanoes, that was kind of a rough card. That was kind of a rough card. I'm not even gonna lie. Like it was kind of a, you know, Mother Mary saying, okay, you know, it was almost like, and I love the way it was kind of balanced between the loving, graceful, merciful, you know, Mother Mary energy, but it also had a Kali Ma energy in the undertone, right? Like, you know, I'm coming in and I'm going to bless you. This blessing's coming. But just remember it's a blessing when it looks like, yeah, you got the whole message there, right? So receive the blessing, and that's what we got to remember. What we are seeing in this time, in this timelines, in this is a blessing, and it's terrifyingly fast, and it's terrifyingly, it's just terrifying. I don't even know if there's another word. It's just terrifyingly terrifying, right? And that, the present, yes. And this is the blessing. This is what we've been asking for. This is what we've been fighting for lifetimes. This is that place of equity that we have prayed for, we have worked for, we have rallied for, equity. And in order for there to be equity, hierarchy has to cease to exist. And the hierarchy is what's collapsing, right? The system of hierarchy, the system of the us and hires and lowers, and right, equity is where we're going. This is the blessing. This is the blessing. Now, what we have to do is we have to be very careful to keep our energy rooted in this blessing energy that Mother Mary's talking about here, right? That this card is talking about. Well, both, yes. The answer is yes, right? Right, Lindsay? Yes. It's terrifying and exciting, right? Terrifying and exciting simultaneously, which is a strange thing. But keeping our energy rooted in that blessing that Mother Mary's talking about in this card, right? Staying in that frequency. I was talking to a friend of mine, she's a disruptor, right? She's like one of my dear friends. And I said, we've got to maintain our frequency and not battle, right? We need to maintain our frequency while taking very intentional steps and actions, right? Being very intentional with our actions and what we do, right? While maintaining that we do not join the war with our frequency. Okay. So, we got to do what we got to do, right? Without letting the frequency of the chaos affect our effect, right? Right? Right. Don't fight for peace. Hold the line. Are we just observing? Do you just observe when someone's standing in front of you and needs help? Do you just say, "Oh, well, this isn't really real"? No. We're observing, but we're doing what needs to be done right now in front of us, right? What needs to happen in front of you? What has to happen? What do you need to do? And that's where we got to be, right? Very intentional action while maintaining our frequency in this time. Does that make sense? We're not bypassing spiritually, like, oh, well, I'm just going to be spiritual and I'm just going to be woke and I'm just going to be this and I'm just going to stand over here and watch it all happen and I'm going to do nothing and be spiritual because I'm just, we can't do that. That's what we have to be careful not to do. We have to be careful not to do that, standing by and doing nothing because we think that that's the spiritual thing to do, right? And that's not the case. We have to be very intentional about our actions, okay? And the bantering back and forth and the chatting back and just joining the chaos and joining the energy and being very careful not to do that, right? Do what you need to do it intentionally, but don't get caught in the energy of the times, right? Does that make sense? It's like arguing. Yeah, right. Oh, we need to. All right. It is hard not to reply. But the thing about it is, okay, and social media is a trap for that, right? Social media is a trap for that. We got to speak up. We got to speak up and say, hey, speaking truth, bringing clarity, right? So there's a weird space here to be. Don't argue. It's like casting pearls, right, to the swine. And maintain your peace. Okay? Plant the seed and move along. There's no arguing, but we have to speak up and say no. This system is broken, and we're going to watch it fall, and we're going to assist any harm or any damage that is done by that fall, because that's who we are, right? But we will not build it back up, and we will not support it standing. I won't. And I think not saying anything and just not saying anything at all is bypassing. It's right. We have to be, we have to stand up. Conscious decision with good intentions, right? And take action. There has to be some kind of action, some well-intended action, and keeping our energy centered in this space. Okay, this is a blessing. This is why I'm here, right? Right. Jesus wasn't passive. Not at all. He was a disruptor. Yes, I will, Anna. I'll send you a picture of the book so you can read it. And if anybody else wants that, I can send that to you as well. But coming against systems that cause oppression. No one should be oppressed by a system. Our goal here is equity. Right? And that's what we're here to accomplish. And that's what we're watching. And I believe that's what the blessing is that Mother Mary's talking about in this moment, right? In this card, in that, what I believe was just a full channel right there, right? So getting to that place of equity, means that the system of hierarchy must collapse, right? It means your boss is a badass and probably a dragon. Right? All right, so let's so holding the frequency and being intentional with our words, very intentional with our words, okay? Very intentional with our words. Because our words right now and the frequency in which our words are spoken are very important. Right? Our words and the frequency in which our words are spoken right now are very important. If you feel your frequency shifting into battle or blame, center yourself and breathe into the heart and say, okay, I need to speak truth with love and clarity, not battle and blame. Okay? Passionately with love and clarity. You know? And you got to speak up. You got to say something. Now, are you arguing with people? No. That's just not even going to do any good. But speak up. Speak up. We are watching the collapse of the hierarchy. Right? It's happening. And that's the blessing that may be a bit volcanic, like a volcanic eruption that Mother Mary's speaking about there. Okay, so let's just stand, right? Speak up. It's a big crash. You know what? If hierarchy, yeah, the hierarchy, the supremacy that's in the systems that are really being exposed right now, right? The power systems that are really being exposed. It's collapsing. Of course it's people. It's people. It's beliefs. You know? It's beliefs that someone's greater because of the color of their skin or the tax bracket they fall into, right? Or the political party they belong to, right? Or the color of the rainbow they are. You know, it's that system, that belief system, the ideas that people are not equal, that all people are not divine, right? And that's what we are witnessing. We're coming to that equity, and that's something that, you know, all the great prophets, all the ascended masters, all of the beliefs, the religious belief, the holy texts speak of, all of them. This is the place that we've been longing for, the place we have been, you know, praying for, the place that we've been striving for, right? You see, the thing is, people get really mixed up when it comes to power. We're all looking to be empowered. right? Power for what, though? Power. Why do you need power? The only thing you need power over is yourself, right? When we get all of our power back, it is not to control situations, circumstances, or people. It is only to govern ourselves. And when we can govern ourselves, we don't need systems of hierarchy or systems at all, because we have stepped into equity and sovereign unity. And that's the place when we get to that place, right? And that's what we're seeing happening. And some people aren't ready for it. Some people don't know how to govern themselves, so they need some king. Even if it's a corrupt king, they don't care about the corruption of the king. They just need the king to tell them what to do, who to be, how to be, what to say, and who to hate. Right? And we're watching it fall. And the trick here is not to rebuild it once it does. If your belief system I'll just leave it at that, because that statement covers all of it, right? If your belief system categorizes people, then it's broken. Self-governance takes responsibility, right? It's time to bring balance and equity, and that's what we're seeing. So we have to be real intentional with our words, our energy, and our action. Do I think witches are bad? I mean, I'm sure some of them are. Right? I mean, sometimes depends on the day. No, I do not believe. Oh, hey, witches. Heal ourselves, heal the world. Absolutely. This system's embedded in us all. That's absolutely right. I think, we all fall into that category, whatever that means, right? I think sometimes we are all bad, and we have to be in order to know that we're good, right? How do you know you're good if you've never been bad? I actually like my witches bad. That's funny of me. Hi, Wendy. Right. I think witches with capes are great. That's right. I heard witch and was like, are my sisters here? Absolutely. Must be the season of the witch, yeah? Well, there's a law that protects all, it condemns all, and it's karma. Well, is karma condemnation or just action, right? Karma is, the thing about it is, and it's kind of a broken idea to think that your karma in this lifetime only affects you in this lifetime. Okay, so when we come into this lifetime, we come in with past karmas, right? Now, our karma, our family's karma, all the karma, right? The actions of our ancestors, the actions of who we were in former lifetimes, the actions of who our families were, the actions of who our ancestors were. And we come into this lifetime to create good karma, and sometimes to resolve the bad karma, to heal karma, to transmute, to alchemize karma from our ancestors, our DNA, and our all the way back, right? And so it's real important to know that karma is the actions, right, that we're walking through. The words spoken that echo from the past. The actions of the ancestors that came in and we're seeing it play out, right? So it's very important that we understand our words, and the words in which, and the energy in which our words are spoken are karmic, and they will echo across timelines. And we're in a very potent time. And so getting in conversations that are nothing but harmful and detrimental and judgmental are really just perpetuating the karma, right? Instead of resolving it. And so it's real important that we speak with love and clarity and truth. You understand? And we're in such a time that it's real important. And the frequency in which we are operating in throughout the day is karmic. Do I believe we can get anything we want by manifesting? Is that what you want to do, though? Thank the goddess I didn't get everything I wanted. Because sometimes the things I wanted would have destroyed me or someone else. So I think that we have a higher self that says, forget that. She doesn't know what she's talking about. We're going to just swipe that off. I think when we step into our truth and our authenticity, when we stand into our authentic energy and our authentic truth, that manifestation is just a product of that frequency, right? When you step into that. You know, I think when we spend all of our time and energy trying to create something or manifest something that we feel like we don't have or that we're lacking, we're just really creating more lack. Instead of just being and allowing, you know. And sometimes we try to create a situation to get us out of something that we're in, which is actually us working through some karmic things that we need to work through, and it's helping us to be exposed to the things inside of us that need to be transmuted or healed or resolved, right? And so when we try to manifest a better situation that's less uncomfortable, we're really perpetuating that karmic loop that we are trying to get out of. But because we don't want to be uncomfortable, we try to do something else. Does that make sense? You know, we don't want to feel uncomfortable. And usually when we're uncomfortable, we can really see what's going on inside of us. You know? Be perpetually blessed. Yep. Right. Like, I don't know how this is going to work out. I just know it's going to, you know, and allowing it. But again, you know, being very intentional with your actions and your frequency and your words. Good morning, Heidi Lynn. How are you? It's real important. I had a cool dream last night. I have to tell y'all about it. So there were these two women that came to my house. And they had these, and this, I'm going to hold this up because they were about this size. They were copper coils, okay? And they were about this size around. And they were probably this long. And she had 4 of them, and she said, you know, she told me who brought them, and I can't remember who she said. And she said, and when the woman walked in the room, they just vibrated. They lit up and they started vibrating, and she held them in her hands, and she activated them. And when she activated them, they started going, blah, and they were like, you know, and I could see when they activated inside of them, there was like a crystal inside of the coil. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I said, can I see them? And she handed them to me, and I put them in my hands like this, and I felt my solar plexus turn on, and my solar plexus connected to them, and they started vibrating, and they started shaking in my hands, and they lit up. And the women were like, oh my God, how did you do that? I was like, you know, and I was able to connect to these spiral pieces, these copper spiral, they were coils. They were really interesting. I don't know. It was real interesting. But it took me a second to get like control of it, because when I first turned it on, it was like chaotic, and it was out of control, and it wasn't it was chaotic. It wasn't fluid. Like it wasn't, it would skip like like a record that had scratches on it would skip, you know, almost like glitch. It was glitching, and I had to like focus and get control of the energy that was coming from my solar plexus to these copper spirals, and it was creating this powerful circuit. And yeah, so it was real interesting. Oh, I didn't think about that. And what was interesting about that, Robin, is the crystal inside looked like my dragon's teeth. You know what I mean? It looked like the dragon's tooth crystals inside of it. So it was real interesting. But when it lit up, it was like a white light. It wasn't the purple color, but it was when it was on the inside. So it was like seeing that would be a really cool piece. That would be a really cool piece, Robin. I totally could make that. And the sound, y'all remember the dream I had when the beings came down and they gave me the frequency, and I use it all the time in my Reiki, right, that sound. It was very similar, but it was a different tone. And it was, yeah. And so I guess I could make those. That's actually a good idea. Visions of pendulums. You're probably right, Robin. I can totally do that too. I need to figure out the, because I've got smaller dragon's teeth downstairs. It would be easier to put in there. Upside down. I've had a whole thing with upside down lately. Y'all want to hear something crazy? So you remember me talking about the upside down and about the hanged man and the serpent and all the stuff. I think we did a meditation with the upside down. I love that. So I was cleaning up in here, and I cleaned out a back corner, and I found a notebook, and it was a notebook that I took to Disney World with me back. I don't even remember the date, but it was a real intense trip that I took where I was really going through some energetic stuff. And I was channeling a lot, and my little girl was channeling a lot, and I wrote all of that stuff down in that notebook. In like chaos, but it was there, and I was like, look at that. I had started getting that message then, and it didn't come full circle. It didn't come clear until, oh gosh, I guess it's been a couple of years since that happened, right? So understand something. Sometimes when you get a channel, sometimes you get it and you think you know what it means. Just leave it there. Okay? It'll come full circle. It'll come into clarity if you will just let it. Don't try to force it, because when we try to force a channel that we think we know what it means, we're going to fuck it up. We're going to add our own logic, our own human understanding, our own human mind and thinking to it, and we're going to corrupt it instead of allowing it to complete itself, right? With clarity. So oftentimes I write things down and it makes no sense. It's like insanity. And then until it's not. Shotoromobra karshata, shobra kobrasha, shorbo korbobra, trikia domra shaka. Been feeling a strange energy. Like how strange? How do you mean strange? Just make the statement, I only allow that which is in harmony with my true being. And ask that energy if it has anything to tell you. And if it doesn't, tell it to go away. I only allow that which is in harmony with my true being. Which I know we didn't start our session off with that this morning because I've been chatting. Oh no, Corin, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Well, fear is your guide showing you where you need love, right? Maybe it's highlighting a point inside of your soul that needs to be healed. Corin, I pray that your doll comes back to you. When you're ready. Yes, it's been, who said that they've not felt like they've been in this realm? I understand exactly what you're talking about, Mary Jane. And I think we've all been kind of experiencing that, right? And when we don't know what to do, we are the energy workers, right? We do a lot of energy work, and that is part of the reason why we're here, you know, connecting to it, doing Tonglen, feeling it, and doing something to alchemize it with energetically, right, in that energy realm, in that spiritual realm. And so we're like the bridge between the two. So, you know, we do have to do the energy work still, right? And when we need to speak up, we need to speak up. It's learning to do both. We have to do both. We have to be very intentional with the energy work that we're doing and with the work that we're doing in the physical realm, right? We're that bridge. We're bridging the two. We're bringing the two together. So think about the tree. I think I said this the other day. Think about if a tree gets split. If it like something happens and the tree gets split, what happens? Someone comes in that knows what they're doing. And they bring the parts together and then they bind it together, right? We are that binding. We are bringing the two parts together, and we're doing it very intentionally until it heals, until the equity, till the oneness, till the happens, right? Absolutely. Be real careful not to disassociate, though, right? You know, and all the stuff coming through. It's designed to do that. It's designed to just make us all dissociate and just lay back and allow it to happen. And we need to be very careful not to do that as well. That's why scrolling on social media, watching all the news and all these things is really can be very harmful. Now, do you need to stay, kind of up to date? Yeah, if you can, without being overwhelmed. Okay. Right? Oh, we made it to 100. Thank y'all so much. Right? So it's real important. And I know it's not the most. Manifestation is explicit. Wait, what did you say? Manifestation is explicit expectation of good without a single rule from us on how it unfolds. Right. Days where I spend mostly in gifts. Right. I believe that no spiritual Bible. Right. Absolutely. I believe at this point, right? At this point, I believe that our true highest divine self is manifesting things for us. And if we will just trust that this part of us, the physical, egoic, personality, physical part of us will just trust and be still. It'll work out better than we could have even imagined or try to even manifest on our own, right? In our own understanding or time. It's like Mother Mary was saying, trust the blessing. I'm giving you a blessing. Trust it. It may be hard. Surrender to the divine presence. Right? Let's just reach in the solar plexus. Clear away any fear or feelings of lack or doubt. Hello, love. You left your hat here the other day, just so you know. Oa shora noa kashati anur drobra shakato sharadoa kiapo masha shormakai shatata shormakoshati drovarshaya kovashatya shomatikisi surbanko prikia poprano. What is my profession? I'm a magical being doing magical things. I own a crystal shop. I'm a healer, a teacher. Some may call me a preacher, a pastor. Some call me a pastor, some call me a witch. Some call me a prophet, and some call me an abomination. So, you know. Some call me insane, and some call me divine. All of which are probably true. Well, my name means woman who wields sword and beautiful healer. So the truth of the matter is I may cut your ass, but I'll probably heal you after. I love it. Shut up, Okobатisi. Well, the truth of the matter is you can't know the truth without the lie. How do you know it's true? Because you know what's untrue. So you can't really separate the two. The lie is the teacher of truth. Shora popa patisino. Aritikia pro. Shormaka. Sharati iko prasha. Hua to prashoko popriashiti kia popanata. Ooh, thank you. Thank you, Carissa. Akobasha she oa proko prasha. Proko prasha toba. Prasha dano brako brada. Sha. Pashae Uropoko Mashobra Ikiato Aritikiato Shorabia Corpoto Brigiato Shonada Shoto Bracano Shotia Ikiator Mokarbra Shato Bra Ikiata Shormaka Shato Shayatua Ikiabro It's 10:36. Let's go ahead and anchor that in. And remember, when it looks like a fucking mess, when it looks like a volcano's erupting, saying, there's the blessing Mother Mary's talking about. And recenter your frequency. Come back to that moment. Come back to that truth. Come back to Mother Mary saying, I've got a blessing for you. Hold on. Hang tight. Gong, gong, gong. Let's gong it in. Let's keep catching up. Alright, guys. I love you very much. Thank y'all for coming in and showing up. And that's right. I love y'all. I love y'all very much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Be magical as dove.